Hi, this is Randy Hexter with another piano lesson. Today we're going to talk about playing scales. When we play a scale, that means we're playing the notes in order up the keyboard. Scales are obviously very important in every style of music. What we're going to do here, though, is we're going to learn our first scale. We're not going to mess around with the C scale, and the reason for this is that even though it's the most obvious to find on the keyboard, it has some disadvantages. When we play it with two hands, the thumbs cross at different times, and there's no real feeling of the keyboard with black and white keys. It makes it a little harder to play by touch. So we are going to instead start with a B major scale. B major scale is more comfortable and probably a good starting point for a couple of reasons. One, fingers go on black keys, thumb goes on white keys, which is the shape of our hand, unless your thumb happens to be the same length as all your fingers, which is not the case with me. Thumb, black keys, thumb, black keys, thumb, black keys, thumb, and so forth. Likewise, our thumbs both land on the same keys, B and E with the thumbs, so we don't have to worry about crossing at different times, which will become necessary on other keys. But in this key, thumbs work together. Now, very important to discuss the idea of shape on the keyboard. This means a group of keys that our fingers have already touched before we begin to play. In this case, all three of these keys are already under my fingers before I play even one of them. Now, in the real world, occasionally there will be cases where you're playing one key at a time and jumping around, but that's much harder because we don't have the shape to feel and get oriented with. So instead, we're going to look at the two shapes that make this scale and really get that idea of shape under our hands. All the keys are engaged before any of them get played. So in this case, these three keys are engaged with our fingers, played together. Now, and then the next shape is E with our thumb, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and then back to the first shape of B, C sharp, D sharp, and those two shapes. Then, when it comes time to play it, we simply play the notes in order. And then this one. Not too bad. The problem is then connecting the two shapes. This is when the magic thumb crossing under of piano playing takes place. Again, this is an easy scale because we're crossing under our thumb. Our thumb's going under our hand while our finger's on a black key, which makes it even less of a stretch or a twist. Look at this. B, C sharp, D sharp. Now, while I'm still feeling these two keys, my thumb swings under and engages the E. Soon as I've got this E, these fingers are going to snap over and engage all three of these keys. In other words, one shape, thumb swings under to find the new shape. Next shape, thumb swings under to a B, start over. This is the basic concept of crossing under, is that your fingers are anchors and enable you to remain in touch with the keyboard, tactile connection, and then the crossing under allows us to find the new key before we've released the old position. Otherwise, we'd be in the position of picking up our hand, which first of all, it leaves a gap in the sound, and second of all, it could allow us to come down in the wrong spot and play sloppy. Now, thumb. Now, the way I recommend playing this is thumb on a B, play both notes, then swing our thumb under and play the E, play all three notes, swing the thumb under, play two notes, thumb under. Now, when we get to the final note, we can use our fifth finger to finish the scale. The fifth finger is going to be the end of the line with scale simply because it's very difficult, if not impossible, to cross under it. And in this case, we'd be crossing under to a sharp, which makes it even more impossible, if that's such a thing. Now, so let's review. Thumb, two fingers, thumb, three fingers, thumb, two fingers, thumb, three fingers, fifth. Now, then it's just a matter of playing the fingers in order, nice and slow and even. Now, you'll notice that we're playing this scale in 2 octaves, and the reason for this is that when we get past here, instead of terminating the scale, we want to be able to continue into another octave. Scales don't always end on the final octave note, they might continue, and so we want to be prepared for any runs that might continue upward past the octave. Now, when we get to the top and when we return, the shapes are exactly the same, so we can practice this by shape. 3 fingers and thumb, 2 fingers, thumb. In this case, the hand swings over the thumb. This is arguably a little easier even. Thumb comes back out and finds B. Thumb is now our anchor, and we find the keys. Just play the film in reverse. 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Now when it comes time to playing the left hand, we're going to start off in this case with our 4th finger. Why? Because we want these 2 fingers to play 2 black keys. We could start with our thumb, but that just starts us off with crossing, which seems unnecessary. We're going to start with our 4th finger. Generally, ascending scales in your left hand are going to start with the odd finger, in this case the 4th finger, in order to put these 2 here. 4, 2 fingers, thumb. Now the thumb is on the top of the group. 3 fingers, thumb, 2 fingers, thumb, 3 fingers, and end with the thumb. So in this case, the odd man out is the starting finger. On the right hand, it's the odd man out is the ending one. Now, other than not playing the thumbs together on the starting note, we immediately find our anchor of these 2 keys. Thumbs, 3 keys. Thumbs, 2 keys. And then finally, in order. Make sure to practice this nice and slow, or slowly. Make sure to practice this nicely. Make sure to practice this nice and slow, because imprinting the knowledge in your muscle memory usually occurs better with slow practice. If you play fast, a lot of things happen. One of them is that we don't quite get to the bottom of the keys, and we end up with a sort of light and fluffy touch, and we don't really commit to what we're playing. It's really important when you play to try to get all the way to the bottom of the keys, to feel a sense of commitment, follow through. Much like a golf swing, you don't just stop when you hit the ball, and nor do we do so on the keyboard. So there's your first scale, B major scale. Hope this is helpful. Have a great day.